Okay, and we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live event. How is everyone doing today? I am here with Mary, and she is very interesting. I can't wait to get into our interview. Hi, Mary. How are you?
Very good, Jessica. Thank you for having me on today's live.
Good, thank you. Yeah, I can't wait for this one. You have a lot of interesting stories. So we'll let the viewers come on, and as usual, I'll talk a little bit about UoPeople. So first of all, hi everyone. How are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I see some comments. I love it. Keep the comments coming. Feel free to ask Mary questions or questions for me during the live. We'll be happy to answer them. And if we don't answer your questions during the live event, I will review and respond after. So don't think I forgot about you. So thank you everyone for tuning in to today's episode of Degree Spotlight. We're going to be focusing on business administration with Mary. Hey Nadine, how are you? Evelyn, I see you guys. Alex, oh my goodness, Canada Day. Happy Canada Day, everyone. So I'm Jessica. I'm the social media and community manager here at University of the People. And we have really exciting news. It's your first chance to save your spot at UoPeople to start studying next term. I've included the link in the description of this event, so you can just paste it into your browser. I want to say that, I don't know what's happening where you guys are, but coronavirus is still very active and affecting everyone. And we want to remind you that at UoPeople, nothing has changed. We are still consistent, and thanks to our cutting edge technology and our professors, staff, instructors, volunteers, everyone is working around the clock to make sure that your education is not interrupted. So there will be no disruptions with exams or studying. Everything is the same. So guys, I encourage you to ask questions during this live event. Like I said, I will try to answer all of the questions. And I appreciate everyone tuning in and having Mary here today. Before I start, I want to talk a little bit about UoPeople. I'll make it brief. So we are tuition free. You will never pay a yearly tuition at UoPeople. However, we do ask for a few small minimal fees to keep us sustainable. We do have grants and scholarships available if you cannot afford these fees. No worries. We do not want to leave anyone behind due to financial barriers. We are 100% online, which allows you to study at whenever convenient for you. Our academic leadership teams come from top universities around the world. You see Berkeley, NYU, Princeton, just to name a few. We have our biggest intake of students so far, 36,000 students are studying with us this term. And don't worry, guys, this will not impact the quality of the education you're receiving. Class sizes are still quite small, and we have enough staff and professors to go around. And since our students come from over 200 countries and territories, not all of them are proficient in English. If you are not proficient in English, don't worry. We do offer an English composition course that you can take. Okay, so let's talk about business administration. First, I want to say that if you're an applicant, I'd love to know where you're from. And if you're a student, I'd love to know what you're studying. So let us know in the comments. Okay, so let's talk about business administration. We offer an MBA, a bachelor's degree, and an associate's degree. So our MBA is a real hands-on approach to business and community leadership. Our bachelor's degree provides students with a comprehensive knowledge of business theories and models and their application to the real world. And our associate's degree introduces students to the basic tenets of the field and provides a foundation for continued study towards a bachelor's degree. Okay, so that's a little bit about the degree. Of course, you can find more information on our website. Let's talk about Mary, because she is the main event. Okay, so Mary, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sure. But first, of course, thank you for having me on this live show again, Jessica. Really appreciate that. So, hi everyone, and thank you all for tuning in on today's live. So, I am from the Philippines, and I'm currently working and living in Kuwait. So, for those of you who don't know where Kuwait is, of course, the nearest area that I always say Kuwait is closest to is Dubai. So, I've been here for 4 years, and yeah, I've been living here like a part of the community now.
So how did you, just out of curiosity, how did you get from the Philippines to Kuwait? What was kind of like your journey?
Well, there was an open day interview when I was in the Philippines back in the days, and I applied for, a hotel jobs, where there are different opportunities that they said are there for Dubai, and I applied for a receptionist. Apparently, I was not accepted. I was told like I'm better suited as an HR person. So that's how I started my journey as, a training professional.
Okay.
So that was back in 2013.
Okay. So you started as or you applied for a receptionist and they moved you to HR. And how long have you been in HR for?
So I've been in the human resources now for 7 years, and I'm specializing on learning and development of the employee, you know, in the hotels.
Okay, cool. And I don't know if there's any other tourism people out there. I used to be in tourism. It takes like a real certain personality. I can't really explain it. Maybe you can shed some light on to those who don't know about the hospitality field. What kind of personalities do they look for?
Well, in hospitality, it only requires people to actually love interacting with other people. You have to have that passion towards serving other people. So that's the only thing that is needed. As long as you enjoy being with other people, helping them out, and have a heart for service. That's
Yeah,
all, and you're gonna be great.
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed the hospitality field. I did many different things in it, from event planning to working in a hotel to working for the Chicago Tourism Bureau. I had a lot of experience. It was really fun. I don't really know how I fell out of it, but I do. I moved abroad. I moved to South Korea to teach English, so that's kind of how I fell out of hospitality. Yeah, I know,
Wow.
it's really crazy. So, if anyone's from South Korea, say hi. I love you. Annyeonghaseyo. I really love South Korea. Anyways, this is not about me. Okay, so Mary, so tell us about why you decided to pursue higher education.
Well, I'm currently holding a director's title. So currently my job title is an area director of learning and development. And of course, part of, being part of the management team is that they require for a bachelor's degree. So for those who are watching, it is possible to become a manager or a director without having a degree, but it's always a plus point when you have one, it's an added advantage. So I wanted to pursue one because I thought of relocating back to the Philippines. I've been abroad for so long and I wanted to go back to the Philippines. And going back to the Philippines in the same job that I have right now will kind of not be very easy because the minimum requirement for a managerial title in the Philippines has to be at least, a bachelor's degree. And I only have an associate's degree. So I've always been, always interested to find a way to actually achieve that certain level of education. And luckily, I came across University of the People.
Amazing. Okay, before we go more into that, I do want to ask a question from Emerald, Emerald, thank you. I'm going to show your question on the screen. Mary, what is the most difficult course in business administration and how do you handle it? I love this question, Emerald. Thank you.
Well, I'm not really sure as to what's the most difficult course in business administration because I'm already in business because I've been in the business industry for 8 years, more or less because I do have work experience back in the Philippines. And, I don't think there's anything hard when you are a working professional because anything that you needed to know, you can always ask your colleagues or, there's always the internet. So it really depends to the particular person.
Okay, that's a very good answer. Thank you. Okay, let's talk more about what were some of your challenges of getting a higher education?
Well, first and foremost, I can't go back to university and study traditionally because I'm already abroad. So also I can't quit my job. And at the same time, I've checked universities because we do have universities here in Dubai or in Kuwait where expats are also encouraged to enroll for higher education. However, one of the challenges is really the cost. Education here is not cheap, it's really expensive. So, I needed to find an alternative, and I think distance educations, is something that works really well. I check out universities in the Philippines, but again, price wise, it's really expensive, and yeah, and of course, time. I think time and money, you know.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people say that. Time is money. Time and money, unfortunately, is not always, on our side. So maybe you can talk about your experience studying at UoPeople. First of all, how long have you been studying at UoPeople?
Well, I'm actually very new, so I've started in January. Originally, I wasn't looking for a degree for myself. I'm looking for online resources where most of our managerial level would like to pursue degree or master's degree online. So there are universities that we came across with, but we cannot verify whether it's actually accredited and whether it is recognized internationally. And then, of course, I did a bit of research of University of the People, thanks to your YouTube ad campaign. So you're always on YouTube, So it talks about a university that is based in the United States, and it's absolutely for free, and you can study wherever you are, So that was actually kind of great.
Yeah. Okay. So I see a question from Suzanne. I like this question, Suzanne. What is your favorite part about UoPeople, and will you apply your degree?
Well, the first question, my favorite part of University of the People is actually the interaction between the students because it's not a traditional classroom, but whenever you're having your weekly modules, there are definitely it's a must to actually have a discussion forum. So the professor usually posts a question or gives you a homework on to discuss about anything that is to be discussed on the particular week, and then, of course, you're going to have to answer the question or that has been posted on the discussion board. And you're going to have a lot of interactions as well from other students who can read your answers. And like there are students from different countries. You can imagine it's highly diversified. You can actually make friends. And I think just last month I joined the Advocate Hub, the ambassador, where there are a lot of challenges going on. It's like it takes me back to my high school days where you have that area where socializing is happening and challenges are there. So that's also with UoPeople. So I kind of really like the vibe. You don't feel like it's an online university. And
Yeah.
for your second question, well, yes, I'm definitely going to use my bachelor's degree on putting up my own, online learning platform as well. And I'm 30 years old, and my goal is by the time I reach 40 is that I'm going to operate my own business. So it's always another advantage when you have that degree.
Yeah, definitely. Um, okay, and what has your experience at UoPeople been like with instructors?
Oh, the instructors are very friendly when you're not logging in and actually completing your assignment. You're not replying to the discussion board. They send you an email saying, "Hey, listen, you know that it's gonna," because usually on the discussion boards and the weekly lessons, it always ends on Thursday, like late night Thursday. So they always give you a heads up, like you still have time. Log in and complete the coursework for the week, and they're very helpful. I never felt intimidated actually to ask questions when I don't understand what's going on, or especially when I didn't do my self-studying, because sometimes you don't have time to do the reading and the studying. Well, you can always drop them an email, and they're very helpful, and they can reply to you like anytime. You always get a fast response, and I
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice to hear. And I just want to say hi to Hala. Hala's been on our live event, I think last week. Yeah, last week with President Shai Reshef. So if you guys didn't catch a week ago, when was it? Thursday, last Thursday, Hala and Dan were on our live event with Shai, welcoming everyone to the term. So if you missed it, you can catch it on our Facebook or YouTube channel. So hi, Hala. Okay, so tell me about your career path. Maybe you've talked about it a little bit, but you've been working in tourism for how long?
8 years now.
Oh wow. Okay, and have
Yeah.
you been? So it wasn't until you moved to Kuwait. Wait, Dubai. Sorry, you moved to Dubai from the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
So when you moved to Dubai, that's when you started in hospitality.
That's right. Well, I didn't know that I wanted to do hospitality. I feel like it just happened for me, you know. And then, only later on I realized that I actually want to move into the business administration side, like, managing business or running business or having my own business, So the hospitality industry has been great, but I feel like it was actually great that the moment I started with University of the People, then suddenly we were hit by COVID-19 in Kuwait, and I've been put on furlough. I feel like it's a sign to actually really pursue that path. And, as much as I love hospitality, sometimes we have to pursue other paths. So I think business administrations and future, within business would be great for me, especially
Yeah,
when I go back to the Philippines.
yeah. Maybe can you talk a little bit more about being furloughed? I don't know if everyone knows exactly what it is. I know when Corona started and people started to be furloughed, I didn't even really know what it was. So maybe you could just like explain real briefly what it is.
Yeah, so originally I had travel plans around February. I was supposed to go to Canada because I wanted to, to meet my family from Canada to the US and do a bit of traveling because we have 30 days of unpaid annual leave every year. So I wanted to use that. However, that has been canceled. So I went back to work and say, hey, listen, I can't I can't fly out anymore, so I have to go to work. And they said, because of coronavirus, we've lost all the business on the books, and that forecast shows negative. So it says like people has to stay home for a period of time. They said, like first we have to see like 3 months, and then maybe 6 months, and then of course we'll see if business still don't pick up, then we'll have to let go of people. So I was in furlough from March, and then of course just very recently they told me that, yeah, that I can consider looking out for other opportunities. So, yeah.
So first of all, I'm sorry to hear that, but like I said earlier, when we were just speaking, when one door closes, another one opens. So I'm very confident that you will find your path. It's like, our paths are like very much not linear. They're like this. But my
Yeah.
question for you is, okay, I lost my question, so I'm going to ask another question, and then I'll come back to my other question. So maybe you could talk about some highlights from your career path. Obviously, maybe this isn't your highlight, although maybe in the future you'll say it was a highlight because now you're doing something better and more amazing. So, but maybe you could talk about some highlights from your career path.
Yeah, so earlier I was mentioned that I'm already on a director's title, so I'm 30, so it has been quite a journey for me where I really focus on strengthening and learning the skills that is needed for the job. Of course, I have to learn about hospitality businesses and all that stuff. I never knew I was interested in customer service, in brand education, until, of course, I landed a job in Dubai back in 2013. So the first year was really rough because, of course, it takes a while to understand how things work. It was a little bit too crazy for me. And then I quit my first job, the company that brought me to Dubai. I quit that company and I've joined Hilton. So I'm not sure if people are familiar with Hilton Worldwide, but it's a lot like university where they teach you pretty much everything. So there I have to learn, like business terms. I had to do my own courses in terms of finance for non-finance, marketing for non-marketing, profit and loss discussion, accounting, management, leadership, pretty much anything that is required for a person. So my second year was all about learning. I really put that together to make sure that I become that person that's required for the job. And then the third year actually was when I've seen improvement in myself. First, I've learned the confidence, the knowledge, and the experience at hand. And on the third year, I landed my first assistant manager position. And they told me that that's the maximum that I could reach because I don't have a bachelor's degree. So, it was a little bit heartbreaking. And I said, okay, so I'm going to go and find a way to actually get a degree. However, I found a school. They also offer distance learning. It's the University of the Philippines Open University. However, it follows a very traditional approach to education. So, Philippines-based kind of education as well. So I started, but then again, I wasn't very happy about how things work, because I wanted to focus on my career. And then on my fourth year, I quit my job in Dubai, and everybody was like, why would you do that? It's Dubai. People are dreaming about Dubai, and you're just, letting it go. So I told them that I got a job opportunity in Kuwait where they are willing to hire me on a managerial title, given that during the time of my employment within 5 years is that I'm gonna pursue a degree. So I left, I packed my bags and I'm like, I will go to Kuwait and work with them and actually be able to have a chance to pursue a degree. I never knew I needed one until everybody was like telling me, get a degree, get a degree, get a degree. So yeah, the company was actually willing to finance for my degree in University of the People because it's tuition free and you get quality education. I can't thank the university for this because the education, the quality of the materials and the resources that you have are really really great. And I think yeah, when you can actually work and study at the same time, it's I think the best thing that could ever happen to somebody my age.
Yeah,
It's never too late.
yeah, I love that. You're right. It's never too late. It's never late to go back to school and get a degree. I love that. I remembered my question. What is happening with COVID-19 in Kuwait now?
Well, cases are still about 700 to 1,000 daily. Yeah, however, just last month, the Kuwait government actually brought in nurses and doctors from Cuba. So all the way from Cuba, they are in Kuwait, to help the government in making sure that we have a high number of recovery of those who are infected with COVID-19. Slowly, the country is opening up. We have 5 phase on, opening the country again so we can go back to normal life. But I don't think it's going to be normal again. So we're on phase 2. And just yesterday was the first time I was able to actually go out to the mall, do a bit of shopping after 4 months at home, you know.
Wait,
So
Mary.
there's progress going on.
Yeah, so obviously hotels have no business, right? That's
Hotels have no businesses at the moment. However, in terms of local tourism, it started opening up, which we're very excited about. The locals or the Kuwaitis has been at home, and they enjoy going out. So
yeah,
we did a lot of changes in terms of the service. So it's not going to be the same way it used to be in terms of capacity. Seating capacity in the restaurants has been reduced to at least 40% now, to ensure that social distancing is being followed until it is really safe to, you know, really go back to the way we used to.
right, right. I just want to show you a comment from Suzanne. I don't know if you saw it, but she says, "This is probably one of the best live interviews ever. Thank you, Mary." And you're getting
Oh,
a lot of like, stay strong, Mary. I saw that, Alex. Thank you. Everyone's
yeah,
like cheering you on, Mary.
thank
Let's
you.
talk about your YouTube channel and your Instagram channel, because that actually how I found Mary was through her YouTube channel, and I was like, I loved your videos, and that was how I found you. And then I did some research, and I really wanted you to come on, and I'm so happy I reached out. But maybe you could talk a little bit about your YouTube channel and your Instagram page and why you started those and also like what they are. So, all right, Mary.
All right, so hey guys, if you're watching and if you're on YouTube, please do subscribe to my channel. The channel's name is very, straight to the point. It's just my name. It's Mary Hope. I post videos about, what I did during the quarantine season because I was at home. I didn't know how to clean my house, how to cook my own food. Working in the hospitality industry, you can easily get it for free. So I did a little bit of cooking, but originally the YouTube channel was designed for me to share videos on travel. So being in the hospitality industry and having worked with international hotels, it allows us to, travel the world. So since 2015, I have traveled to about 37 countries. Yeah,
Wow.
so I have friends and family that says, why don't you share that? And all my trips are DIY, so I do my own itinerary. I share it. So they told me that I am 37 countries too late to start a travel channel. However, I do vlog about previous experiences. If you've never been to Kuwait, so I think I do have videos about going around Kuwait. Life here is not the same from to those who are living in the Western country or in Asia. It's a little bit different, but it's still it's beautiful. So I do YouTube videos, and lately we've been talking about what's happening about life, like real life talks. We talk about what to do when you lose your job. I also collect like information from other colleagues. I'm not very tech savvy, so I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I just started a
Good.
couple of months back, but it has helped me because I felt like at a certain time, especially when I was on furlough and after I got the news of losing a job and stuff like that, I felt really, really down because I'm living here alone. I don't have family, I don't have friends much here in Kuwait because I'm here for work and all that. So the YouTube channel has really helped me, from zero subscriber in February, it has about 1,300 subscribers now. So thank God for those who are following and watching the videos and cheering me on. And if you're on YouTube channel, feel free to actually, do subscribe and you can recommend what are videos you wanted to see on my
Okay,
platform.
so one more time, what is your YouTube channel name?
It's Mary Hope. Just one word, Mary Hope.
Okay, guys, so Mary Hope on YouTube, check it out. And what about Instagram? Because I'm looking at I can see your Instagram page, and there's a lot of really good looking food, really delicious looking food. And
Yeah.
it's very ethnic. There's a lot of different types happening. So,
Yeah.
first of all, your Instagram name is Mary Hope Palad.
Mm-hmm.
Hope, and then Palad is Palad. Let's talk about your Instagram page. How long have you been doing this?
Well, I actually have like two Instagram pages. One is for work where I'm posting about, things we do at work, pictures on training sessions. We do have CSR activities, anything that could, like an online portfolio for me, because I've always wanted to have, like an online presence. I'm not very comfortable with videos, of talking about myself. Like when they ask me like how do you brand yourself, I'm like, I don't know, I'm just a girl from the Philippines who made it to the Middle East, like sort of like getting to know myself. And then yeah, so I start again, I didn't know how to cook and all that stuff. And then I had to learn how to do my own food at home. And what I do is that it helps boost my confidence as well, to actually share it to my viewers. So I did a lot of cooking. I did Korean, so I did Arabic food, of course Filipino food, definitely high on my list, because it's very rare that I can eat Filipino food in the Middle East country. It's always, continental cuisines that we have, or Oriental. So yeah, I'm bringing different flavors into my kitchen.
I love it. Yeah. So you've basically been documenting that on your Instagram page. That's what it
Yeah.
looks like. Um,
It's more like it's for my friends and family and colleagues at work. So I'm like really grateful when you drop me a line and you said like, you saw my YouTube channel and I'm like, oh God, thank God somebody notices, and let me know because I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong because my self-esteem was really rock bottom. So it helps. So thank you. I have to thank
okay, I have to apologize to everyone. The dog is barking.
you.
I have to stop. I'm in a live event. Thank you. So that's one of the things about Corona and working from home. You have dogs barking during live events, but he's really cute and he says hi to everyone.
Oh.
Okay, so Mary, you're so amazing and inspiring. I want to ask you one last question. So for those who are maybe interested in studying online, but they're worried about what that means, or they have some concerns. What are some tips or advice you have?
Yeah, so I went through the same dilemma because, of course, I had to adjust. Working like I always says, like I work full time, and then I had to get into a student, what do you call it, student mode on whenever it's Wednesday, Saturday, and Monday. So those are my study days. So if you're studying online, you really have to find those days where you have to set at least an hour or two where you just sit there and really focus on the task at hand. uh, Studying online demands as well that you focus on the content that is being provided because every week you're going to have the study modules. It's uploaded I think it's every Saturday morning. So early morning on Saturday, you get your study modules for the week. So it's great for those who are having Saturdays and Sundays as your weekend and you're working because the week starts on Saturday online. And then, well, you can start replying to the discussion forum, start working on the homework. Like you can already adjust as to how the week is going to go for you, so you don't miss out anything. And of course, there are like reading materials, a little bit of research. Do that. Another thing is to always connect with the people that you actually feel comfortable in the discussion forum because they're going to help you. Don't be ashamed to actually drop a line and all that. Um, and of course it demands that you really motivate yourself. It's all, focus on the goal that you have, why you're actually on University of People, why you're pursuing a degree or higher education. Always focus on why you're doing what you're doing to always get the motivation that you need. Take it one week at a time. This is what I'm always telling myself, one week at a time. And have fun. It's a great experience actually.
Yeah, well, that's really good advice. And Mary, you are so great. I loved having you. Thank you so much for sharing your, your career experience, your UoPeople experience. And I'm really excited to see what your next chapter brings because I know it's going to be amazing. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And thank you to all our viewers, of course. You guys have lots of great comments, very supportive of Mary. Mary, we're all cheering you on. So thank you everyone for joining us. Don't forget, if you are not a student yet, it's your first chance to save your spot. I did include a link to the application in the description of this event. And don't forget, guys, at UoPeople, you don't have to pay any assessment fees up front. You can wait until the end of the term to pay, so there's really no risk involved. Also, yesterday I did a live event where I talked about our application process, which we have made easier, simpler, faster. So I encourage you to check that out. I also want to tell you that on our Instagram page, which is uopeople.official, I did tag Mary in a story. So if you want to find her Instagram and YouTube channel, just go to our Instagram page and you can find her very, very easily. And I really recommend you check out both her Instagram page, which is very inspirational in terms of like food and seeing what people around the world are eating. And also her YouTube channel is also very inspirational. So you can find both of those on our Instagram page, on our Instagram story. Sorry. So that's all I got for you guys. Don't forget, I'll be back here on Sunday for Sit Down Sunday, where I'll talk about all the events for the coming week. Any questions, ask your advisor or admissions at uopeople.edu. I hope everyone has a beautiful day, and wherever you are, stay safe, stay calm, stay healthy, and connected with UoPeople by your side. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you, Mary. You are amazing.
Thank you very much. And to all those that are actually having a rough time, take it one day at a time. We're going to get through this, stronger.
That's
So
really
thank
great
you.
advice. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, everyone, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.